Yeah. Until she calls me at 10:30 on fucking Thursday night.
Hey. My mic's not on.
Maybe that.
This is a song. We'll fight the powers that be just. Don't think of destiny, cause you don't know us, you don't belong. Oh, we're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. Oh, we're not gonna take it anymore. You're so condescending. Your goal is never ending. We don't want nothing but a thing from you. Your life is trade-jaded, falling and confiscated. If that's your best won't do. Whoa. We're right, yeah, we're free, yeah, we'll fight, yeah, we'll see. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. No way.
You're all worthless and weak. Yes, Washington Wizards, I'm talking to you, the traffic cones of the NBA. Everybody, Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on Fox Sports The Gambler, Philadelphia. Brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry for all of your residential contracting needs. Please check out their website, mcsinc-pa.com, or call them at...
I thought you had the phone number. You had it on Get Tanked. You had it on Get Tanked.
Unreal.
And the show is getting off to a great start.
484-202-3656. Thank you.
One more time.
484-202-3656.
Just wanted to see if Big Time is ready to play today.
Big Time doesn't call out phone numbers.
He doesn't even give topics for the show anymore unless I ask twice.
No, he just shows up. He
you know,
some of us actually have to work during the day.
No, he goes like,
swamped with Murph today.
I could see him at home with Rachel. I'm the talent. Why should I have to do that?
I'm glad you guys think of me that way.
Everybody, week 19.
No.
No.
20.
I think this is actually week 18 of 19 because you,
20.
you missed a week when you were drunk.
No, then why-
Whatever. I'd still pipe Sean McVay's fiance. Moving on.
Yes, week 20.
Everybody, make sure you download, rate, review, and subscribe to Green Legion Radio on iTunes, Google Play by searching for Green Legion Radio. And the simplest thing that you can do is download the iHeartRadio app. You can get all 4 podcasts. Diaz has some catching up to do. Ice to Shorts Winter Sports. Get Tanked Happy Hour with Tank and Quimby. Bud Light Baseball Brunch with Murph and Sack. And, of course, the flagship brand that you're listening to right now here on Saturday afternoon. We appreciate you joining us. Green Legion Radio on Fox Sports, The Gambler. Everybody, Green Legion Radio is brought to you by our good friends at Bud Light, Stateside Vodka, MCS, Custom Cabinetry, and Residential. The Next Sip. Hands-free, COVID-accepted drinking. You can text and drink at the same time. All the Kavanaugh's restaurants, Kavanaugh's River Neck, Kavanaugh's Head House, Kavanaugh's Rittenhouse, Kavanaugh's University City. All the beautiful ladies working their way through med school at Delilah's.
Awesome sauce.
All City Fitness Philadelphia locations, Logan Square, East Market, Graduate Hospital, Northern Liberties, and Fishtown. And if you're not in the city, make sure across the bridge, our friends at Echelon Health and Fitness. Up in the Northeast, Bucks County Baseball Company. Gonna have a remote there very soon.
The website is bigger than the store.
Ah,
BucksCountyBaseballCO.com. Thank you. The King of Prussia Diner coming soon, everybody. Make sure you reach out to them. There's phone numbers that we'll give you on social media that you can reach out if you are looking for a job. They are actively hiring right now. And, of course, Cherry Hill Triplex
ah.
in the mix now. And we thank Sam Ross, our Super Sam Brady, for that one. For that one.
All right, time for a break then?
Yeah.
All right.
I thought I did that pretty quick.
No, that was good. That was good.
All right.
Motto of your life.
You guys, my name's Quimmy. I am joined amongst excellent and wonderful hosts. Hollis Tank Thomas. What's up, baby?
Yeah, chilling.
Michael Shut Up Diaz. How are you, sir?
I'm not doing too good, Quimby. Optimism.
But I'm happy I'm here.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel, brother. I'm going to be an optimist. I'm going to be a perpetual optimist on this show. Next to him, our intern, Super Sam Brady. What's up, hon?
I want to drop the Brady.
Okay, that's
Ah.
great. We all want to drop a Brady whenever we can. As a matter of fact, I think that's what I want to rename it. What are you doing, man? I got to go drop a Brady. Big time, Chris Sackmaster, Sack Attack, Reggie.
Woo-ha-ha.
How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. Diaz, it's only a matter of time before Embiid returns and he has the poops.
All right. At a 6th violation of the week.
I thought that was he has a case of the Brady's.
Yes, he has a case of the Brady's. No doubt about it. It's only a matter of time.
And next to him, our producer / iHeart sales rep with a new fresh cut, brand new socks, a tan.
No, they're old. Sucks.
They seem kind of crunchy.
The Gobbler.
The Gobbler. What's up, baby? Good to have you back.
What's going on, fellas and lady? And Embiid will be back for game
And
3.
Diaz.
Oh, yeah, and Diaz. Embiid will be back for game 3. Fingers crossed.
Before we get into what happened this week in history and what happened this week in Hollis history, I got a great story for you guys. I'm down in Atlanta yesterday. We're taping the show on Thursday, you guys. As you know, I was in Atlanta on Wednesday, and I was making sure we were securing a proper tailgate spot for first game of the season. down
Same
there.
thing? New place?
No, we're not talking about it. Thanks, DS. All right.
What can I promote?
Yeah, exactly. Let me have at it. Skinder.
Is this?
You're on my list. No, this is not Tinder, a form of it.
I thought it was a porn or something.
No.
I was going to say continue.
Skinder is my Uber rep or my Uber driver.
Tinder for dermatology.
So, our good friend Amber, Danielle's maid of honor in her
Oh,
wedding,
okay.
down, Jimmy. She lives in Atlanta, so she was helping me find some spots that I might not have known about, and we're kind of bar crawling, and we go to a place called Meehan's, which is right next to the Westin Peachtree Plaza, which is where we are staying. It's the tallest hotel, one of the tallest hotels in the country, and it's the tallest building in Atlanta. We are going over to Rocky Mountain Pizza for the Atlanta-Delphia crew,
Wow.
over to see our good friend Paul. Yeah, you remember
Yes,
that sweat
yeah,
box when
no,
the power went out?
Oh God, it was awesome.
People were like, oh my God, that's Hollis Thomas.
Yeah, who lost about 10 pounds in the first hour with no air conditioning.
Who's that giant piece of chocolate melted ice cream?
He's the real power box.
So Means is on the other side of where the park, the valet area is for the hotel. You know, this guy goes around the other side. You pin drop your location, and I was spot on where it was. This guy goes all the way around to the other side of the block. I call him. I'm like, hey man, we're on the other side. You gotta come around. But I'm like,
Don't get fired.
Yeah, but no, he didn't speak English very well.
At all.
Sorry, if at all. And he was yelling at me because I was telling him that he was in the wrong spot. I'm like, dude, I pin dropped it. You can see where we are, and you're a block away. You got to come around. Click. I'm like, Amber, do you mind walking around the corner with me? And we did. And he was just sitting there, twiddling his thumbs, right? Waiting for me to cancel the fare so he could get $10 and move on to the next fare. Yo, Skinder, cancel the fare right now, or I am going to knock you into next week. He cancels the fare, right? Gets out. We basically kick him out of the valet area. This gets better.
I hope so.
Yeah.
He
I'm waiting for the
he
punch.
drives away, drives through the light, moving on. Okay, I'm going to get another one. Bastard picked up the fare again.
Oh, this is like a
man.
Curb Your Enthusiasm episode.
Oh, bro, dying right now. I'm like, ugh. Amber gets a lift, right? And I see a cop down the corner. This jackass went around the corner and stopped in the middle of the block. I'm like, officer, do you mind coming with me? Because you're going to need to stop a fight. And he's like, what's the problem? I'm like, tell him the whole thing. This idiot picked up the fare again, won't cancel. It's just sitting there, right? Come around the corner. The guy sees the cop. Cop's like 6'4",
Right.
Menacing figure. And I'm like, come here, dude. I start running. Peels off. I call him. He answers. I'm like, this cop's going to arrest you, just so you know. Because he doesn't know he has no clue. It's a civil suit.
Yeah.
It's a civil
Right.
arrest or issue, right? He cancels the fare, right? Just as this happens, and the cop and I are laughing, woman walking down the other side of the street, butt naked,
Whoa.
35 maybe.
Now you got my
Mid-30s.
attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Why didn't you just tell this part of the story?
I just and I go, this is where the punchline comes. I'm like, hey man, you got better things to do. I guess you got to go take care of that. He goes, no, I don't.
Was it a good butt naked or is it a bad butt
It
naked?
was not a bad butt naked.
It wasn't a bad butt naked because he's mentioning that.
Oh, if it was awful, I would have just dismissed it.
If it was god awful, nobody.
I would have
nobody-
said, "Oh, get a tan." Did you hear Get Tagged this week at all?
No, because he didn't want to edit it.
Yeah, no, I'm not
and
editing
podcast
that.
it.
I'm not editing that inch.
That is.
That is
Smith.
We had a tribute to your outfit last week, and you're going to hear it in about 2 seconds.
Thought that was Reading Rainbow coming on.
This is a tribute to your tank top last week that we all had to put up with.
Get a tan.
Sorry, I don't have a tanning bed in my house like some people in the room.
Sounds like a personal issue.
Hollis,
Yes.
What happened this week in sports history, and what happened this week in Hollis history?
Well, today is June the 5th, 2021. And I'd like to first of all say happy birthday to my sister, Maxine Thomas.
What's up,
Happy
Maxine?
birthday.
Happy
We're
birthday.
going to see her. So it's the 156th day of the year, and 209 of these puppies remain. We're going to start on June the 1st in 1939 when the very first night game was played, and it was played right here in Philadelphia.
Connie Mack.
Yeah, yep, actually in Philadelphia, at Shrine Park.
Same.
Oh.
yes.
Yeah, it was same place renamed.
Yeah.
But we lost to the Pirates 5-2, and then we'll kick it to a little Sixer action. On this day, we lost in 1977 to the Portland Trailblazers. Yeah, 4-2. They came back. We were favored. They came back and won their only title. Going to some quick birthdays here. Today's birthday is Freddie Stone from Slide.
God, I thought you were about to say Mitchell. You were getting kicked out of here.
No, hell no. 1946.
Like to make my hands.
1969, we have Brian McKnight. 1983, one of my buddies, Marcus Colston. And today's story is about when to say when. I don't know if you guys remember a seventh round pick.
Say when.
a seventh round pick named Norman Lejeune. He was a seventh round pick out of LSU.
I know that name.
He
Why do I
was
know that?
He was a safety here. And I know you remember Sean Morey, the fast
Yes.
special teams demon. So one game, Sean Morey, he got done in pretty bad on special teams, and we kind of made sport of him a little bit. One of us,
Keep going.
one of us took it too far and continued it after the meeting and continued bothering him after the meeting. And we got to the hallway in the corridor we get to a corridor in the Novacare complex, and Sean Morey.
Is that what it sounded like?
And so Sean Morey stopped to turn around because Norman Lejeune was making fun, and he said, "Hey man," he's like, "I told you I've had enough." He's like, "Shut up." So Norman Lejeune said, "What are you gonna do about it?" Well, unbeknownst to Norman Lejeune, apparently Sean Morey had been looking at some MMA stuff. He headbutted him, pulled his shirt over it, and gave him 4 of the
You
quick.
did a Happy Gilmore on the first hole?
Yeah, but he
I
pulled
know. I couldn't get it in. I don't know what happened. I wanted to.
He pulled his shirt over his head and gave him 4 of the quickest knees that I've ever seen in my life. Like, bam, bam. I was like, dang. Exactly. That's what I said. And Norman Lejeune could do nothing but go in there and with his nose broken.
Right?
And everybody was laughing because
You've been laughing about this.
because
You're in a jolly mood, man.
because
You put a Santa outfit on you. Christmas in June, baby.
because everybody was telling him, leave the dude alone. We made sport over in the meeting, and you have to know when to say when. And that was that's when we knew 2 things. That not to mess with Sean Morey because he's been taking MMA classes, and Norman Lejeune is the easy win.
Sean Morey, was he from Iowa?
He was extremely
White dude safety?
Well, no, he was a white dude. He was a receiver.
Oh, it was
But he played mostly special teams.
Okay.
That's the guy. When I realized how fast unmentioned person on our squad was T.O. He gave Sean Morey was the fastest guy on our team, and T.O. gave him a head start and blew the doors off of him.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. So, but that's when I knew not to mess with Sean Morey.
Nice.
That's what I got.
I like it. Good stuff.
And quick sidebar. I can save it till the Eagles talk.
All right.
I'll save it till the Eagles talk.
Sounds good.
All right.
And real quick, I want to say, give a shout out to our friends at Atlantadelphia and Rocky Mountain Pizza. Paul, Efren, and Lolita, it is always a pleasure to see you guys. And I really appreciate you coming out and hanging with me watching the Sixers game last night. Good people at Atlantadelphia.
Those people, it's like their Super Bowl when we all showed up there.
They're
They
fantastic,
had their
man.
regular crew, and then like all these new Eagles fans, and they're buying beers and shots. Come on, like they were so happy we were there. They're great people.
They're excellent people.
Yeah.
Excellent people. All right. So, elephant in the room, baby. 10-9-8-76ers. If I may just start.
Sure.
Because I want you to feel a little bit better going into this segment.
Mm.
And we're going to be talking about it more than likely for the rest of the hour here. We may get into some Kaja, kick ass or jackass. I can do it, I swear. Look, a torn meniscus is not an injury that requires surgery. We know this.
It may not, right?
All right. We don't know whether or not it was torn before.
Right.
All right. Could very well have been. So, look, I think that the Sixers have more talent on the court than Atlanta. There's definitely more experience. They're better coached right now. And if the Sixers can figure out a way to make this series go 5 or 6 and win and let Joel rest, I don't want to play him in game 1. I don't want to play him in game 5 or 6. I want him rested this entire time. And if that's the case, I don't know, man. I think you're hitting the refresh button. I don't
know, man.
I get it. I get it, but
I'll send it over to Hollis. But
But this is what I was going to say. I don't see a play until game 3 or 4. Man, and it's the meniscus. You have to because when they tear it or when you strain it or something, you have to give it time to heal, and you can't like go right back into it, especially with all the jumping that he does, because it'll swell back up, and you don't want it to swell back up on him. So you want to give it time to unswell and give him time to work back so where he could deal with the pain.
The only thing that's good about NBA playoffs and how much the NBA tries to stretch this thing is that it should, if he's back game 4, all right, he should be 9 or 10 days rested at that point. And if they're up, if they're up 3-1, 2, I'm not bringing him in.
Yeah.
I thought Dwight Howard played pretty well last night.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, he did. I mean,
all things considered, for what Dwight Howard is right now.
Atlanta's a better team than DC, and like I got you, and that like if that's a silver lining or a positive outlook, like they're not winning a title without Embiid being 100%.
But neither the Lakers without AD.
Right. But we're not winning a title this year. And not saying that we were going to before, but maybe we had a 20% chance. I don't know. 15%. There was a chance. Now the chance is like what makes him so good and so unique is that mobility, which also in turn I heard you guys talking about before the show. Same thing with AD. It also makes him vulnerable to these big guy injuries. Like in the old days, he's not Shaq or anything, but Shaq, grabbed the ball, turned around and dunked. Now these guys are stretching out, they're shooting threes, he's driving and stuff. He's just going to be, I'm thinking even for stuff like that.
Hey, Lonnie Zimmerman, absolute pleasure to have you joining us from Ocean City, Maryland.
Hey, and you know what, Lonnie, I'll tell you this. We love you. You're here every week. You don't need crappy weather to listen to us. You can listen to us.
You can listen to this crappy radio show.
Yeah, you can listen to this crap.
Speak for yourself.
This crappy thing. One second. What he can do, I hope, is just provide interior defensive presence to dissuade people from going to the rim.
You don't know how bad I want to answer this phone call right now.
So
it comes up on my phone as potential spam. Oh, I have fun with those people.
Oh, they're the best. I'll give you a story with that later. So anyway, it's just like they're just not winning a title this year. And like, yeah, maybe
I don't know why you're going there. I don't know why you're going there. We don't know the extent of the injury.
I know, but it's just he's not going to be at 100%, and it sucks. Like this isn't a Carson Wentz getting injured.
He may have not been 100% before.
I agree with Diaz here. I do, because the part that is depressing.
It ain't going to save you tonight, buddy.
I don't care. You can do whatever you want to do. The part that's depressing about all of this is the one glaring thing that you had to distinguish yourself between you and the Nets, or you and the Bucks, if the Bucks are lucky enough to get through the Nets, is the fact that the Nets had nobody on that team that could stop Embiid. Like they have defensively structured as the Sixers are. If Embiid is healthy and Embiid is right, and then you have Thibault on the court and you have Simmons on the court, you can nullify 2 of the big 3 and allow one of them to get what they're supposed to get. Okay. But without Embiid
are we talking about Brooklyn specifically? Because you know what? The only person that scares me on Brooklyn's team, and I get it, Kyrie Irving's great. So is KD. But KD and Kyrie, I know we're getting close to out of time here. KD and Kyrie Irving are great one-on-one players. All right. They're going to get theirs. However, the only person on Brooklyn's team that scares me is Harden.
Oh, God.
Because he tries to make everybody else around him better.
Well, Harden hasn't done it before. Durant has. Kyrie has. So, like,
it doesn't matter.
But Harden has been a notorious playoff choker. That's been the MO of his career and Chris Paul's. So, like, I look at it like this. Embiid was supposed to be the great equalizer.
Yeah, not equalizer, the difference maker.
The difference maker, but equalizer in terms of, like, the big 3 and Embiid, and then you had enough with Simmons and Tobias to where you could win that series. I don't know. If he's at 80%, I don't think you can.
When I do this,
now.
shut up. Captain
I had the floor.
wants to know why you're agreeing with DS Nation.
Yeah, because
because he's right most of the time.
I was looking out into the clouds there to see if Armageddon was coming because you guys agreed. I'm just saying,
right?
I was about to
you
take
did
cover.
See that front coming up.
And I was about to take cover because you guys agreed.
I'm just disappointed in the fact that Embiid is such a great player, and with big guys, it's so hard. With like Yao Ming, we talked about before the show. It's depressing,
and
it really
you know what?
is.
Let's bring that up when we come back. Let's bring up Greg Oden, Yao Ming, big guys, and the history of big guys as of late, basically since Shaq. All right, the history of big men has been pretty frail, but we're going to talk about that here on Bud Light, Green Legion Radio, on Fox Sports The Gambler, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. back with more Sixers talk right after this.
Morning, the sun goes out. There's no more shaking, breaking out. Get is pouring, reaches my skin. So what is wrong with another sin? The bitch is hungry, she needs to tell. So give her inches and feed her well. Well, there's new places to go. I've got to leave this time on the show. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. The blood is burning, the sun's to shout. Desire's coming, breaks out loud. Lost is in cages, and storm breaks loose. Just help to make it, we so wanna do. The night is calling, I have to go. The dog is hungry, he runs the show. He's licking his lips, he's ready to win. On the hunt tonight for love and mercy. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. My running baby. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Rock you like a hurricane. The sun comes out, his night will shake really loud. The gate is burning, scratch my skin. So what is wrong? Another sin. Night is calling, I have to go. And Bob is hungry, he runs the show. He's licking his lips, he's ready to win. On the hunt tonight for love and mercy. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Rock you like a hurricane.
Bud Light Green Legion Radio, rocking you like a hurricane on Fox Sports The Gambler in Philadelphia. Brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. Diaz, talk to us about big men, basketball, injuries.
What the hell kind of leading is that?
I kept going. I could have stopped. I could have stopped at, hey, Diaz, talk to us about big men. But I didn't. I kept going.
You paused, though. You paused.
Yeah, I sensed that. I heard that pause too. I get what you're saying. You're saying big men in the NBA and their proclivity to get hurt.
Well, all right. So, and let me feed you. All right. It's these guys have really, really different body types. They're not like football players. All right. They're not built for the punishment that football players take. And also when they go down, they're hitting the hardwood. They're not hitting grass. And even Hollis, who could sit there and justify all day long how much more torture a football player takes, a 7'2" NBA player that jumps up and comes down is going to come down hard. Big tree fall hard.
Well, yeah, the other thing that I add to that is just how the game is completely different than it was 20 years ago, which we were saying during the break. It's like, I think we're beyond the point now where people are like, why is Embiid taking threes? It's all big men take threes. It's just which is what makes, we'll talk, I'm sure, Simmons
it
in a
makes
little
him
bit.
that much more dangerous.
Right. It makes it that much more dangerous. It keeps the defense honest. It keeps the key free and open for other players to get easy looks at the rim and da 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 da. But it's not just Embiid. It's other players too. But like right now, Anthony Davis is not going to be playing in Game 6, I think.
Did you hear what Charles Barkley called him?
Yeah.
Street clothes.
Street clothes. It's great.
I didn't hear this.
He's always in his street clothes, and Shaq's like, no need to explain, Chuck. No need to explain.
It's just like you didn't see Shaquille O'Neal getting switched off on Jason Kidd at the 3-point line. You just didn't see it. It was a different game. They when they changed the fouling rules and it just opened it up, and everyone loves offense, but now what happens? It requires these big dudes to come out, and then you'll say
more athletic.
You have to be a little more athletic. Now, the other thing is what people will always counter with is Jokic, who's going to be the MVP. Well, he's a big guy. He's like, first off, he's a nothing on offense. I call him Mr. Donut. He did lose a lot of weight, but he just stands. He's not a rim protector. He's more of like a point guard that just happens to be tall. They pass it to him at the top of the key, and he distributes. He's a great player, but he's not chasing. He's not playing defense like the way Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid are playing.
By the way, our good friend Greg Meisinger joins us from Meisinger Construction, MCS.
Gee.
Zach knows all about big men.
Yes, that was great.
Of course.
So it's
Greg would know. He's 6'7".
Yeah,
I mean, Embiid is injury prone, but like, and it doesn't make you say, well, look at these other guys that are injury prone. It's just they are, and it sucks and it's disappointing.
Well, what I was going to tell you guys, I mentioned it to Quimby. What I look at is a lot of guys are coming out at 18 and 19 years old. You're not fully developed at 18 and 19 years old. You're still growing, and a lot of guys are having trouble because they've sprouted up. A lot of people don't know that Paul George started out at like 6'1", 6'2", and sprouted up to 6'7".
Yeah, Giannis was 6'6" when he was drafted.
Yeah.
He's almost 7 feet.
Yeah,
now.
Exactly. So when you're still growing at that rate, you're still pretty much a kid.
and your body's taking a pounding.
and your body's taking the pounding. You're taking the pounding from a grown man.
And that's really painful, right? That's painful.
I don't know. Tell us, Sam.
No, I'm saying because I'm going by my brother and my cousins. They grew very quickly, very fast. That's painful.
Yeah, and
it requires a lot of sleep.
it does require a lot. See, I grew from 5'5" to like damn near 6 feet in the summer, and 60 pounds. So it was like he
Shock to the
and
system.
It's a shock to the system. And
I gained about 60 pounds in Atlanta yesterday.
you come back to school next year. Everybody like, damn, what you been eating? I'm like seriously. And then all the clothes don't fit anymore. But then you go through
And your mom's buying you jeans that are way too big, anticipating more growth.
Exactly. But then you
I swam in my jeans in 9th grade. When I was walking to high school, Pottstown, I literally, like, my pant legs were dragging.
Because you were around bell bottoms at the time.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all right, man.
Wow.
Everybody was doing it.
That was
Everybody.
mean.
It was cool, all right.
But
It's all right, Zach. You're fine.
But what you say,
You got fired before Diaz.
I know. Wow.
I did, but you guys haven't fired him yet because you feel sorry for him.
Slightly.
Big time. You keep racking up demerits, man. You're getting detention.
Oh, wait a minute. Demerits, are we in some type of
He's
ROTC
multiple
program?
violations.
Oh, my God. We ought to start logging all those.
Yeah,
Logging demerits. Yes.
he's reached his
Yes.
17 technical fouls. You're getting suspended.
and what you also have to remember is that B came out after his first year.
That's right.
And
And-
so
and-
he's still kind of growing.
But he
He's
sat for 2.
well,
yeah, but he's
that's
still kind of growing. It's like even if you sit for 2,
Does your body? Here's a good question.
Mhm.
All right, so let's say you fracture an ankle
right,
in your growth stage.
right.
Does your body stop?
No.
sorry.
My personal, like, I've never read this or heard this, but I think it's fair to assume on that same point.
Because I always hear about stunt your growth.
Well, when I had, and listeners of the show might not be aware, but an epic rant at the old Monarch Swim Club in 2000.
Oh, we can pull it up, bro.
It was, and 80% of it was actually came out to be, but that was the day. The reason that I went on this epic rant was because that was the day that Embiid was drafted in 14. We knew he wasn't going to play, and that was the day we were there when they announced that he's going to need a second surgery.
You still needed a tan, by the way.
No, I was sexy as all hell. I was a sexy man back then. I mean, now I'm old and pudgy, but
I think you were pudgy then back then too.
No, he was in shape.
I gotta look up these old pictures of you.
No, Diaz was
going through some of them.
I was in good shape, but
he was working out.
But the reason I was freaking out is because I just assumed that what they said was, and they're terrible with messaging, but it wasn't healing properly. And this is the first time this guy has ever been exposed to NBA healthcare and all that stuff. We all know he wasn't taking care of himself as well as he should have.
Chick-fil-A.
With Chick-fil-A and his Shirley Temples. But it was like he didn't get hurt again. They went in to check how this progress was doing. It wasn't healing properly. He was still growing. It was probably they tried to put,
they're trying to connect the dots
trying to fix
while
the bones,
it's going
but they're
this
still
way.
growing. Right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he got re-hurt. It wasn't healing properly. He needed the second surgery, which was another terrible. Why do I keep hanging out with you when there's terrible things happening with Joel Embiid? It's terrible.
But the thing was, I had a fracture, and it doesn't stunt your growth. It kind of heals on its own because I had when I had a stress fracture in my foot. Apparently, I had it for a long time, and it healed, and then it came back, and then I getting bigger. I snapped it.
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of you continue to grow because my foot went from I was wearing a size 12 in the 7th grade.
Wow.
And if anybody out there wants to know where the rope swing comes from, now we know.
So it was like growing up and getting that big, and I think they just started doing this with the guys that nowadays who are coming out and they're still kids. And so that's what they are.
From what I'm gathering from you here, Tank, is because in football you're required to be in college for 3 years.
Correct.
And these guys that are going in the NBA now, it doesn't happen for everybody. I mean, Kevin Garnett came right out of high school. A lot of these guys have succeeded coming right out of their first year, but a lot of these players would have benefited staying in college for another year or two. And I'm not saying that everybody needs to go to college. I think if you're
I got to get paid.
If you're good enough to come out from high school, you should be afforded that opportunity. Kind of like baseball. You can come out of high school if you want, but if you go to college, you got to be there for 3 years. And I think it benefits the college game and it benefits the professional game on both levels if they have to go to college for that long.
On a side note, can we all rejoice in one thing?
Oh, is that our good friend Louise down there getting swept by the Milwaukee Bucks in 4 games?
The fact that you got some yesterday?
Damn.
Oh, jeez.
And you didn't have to pay for it?
Damn, both of y'all. All right.
I was going to say that Luis Dominguez down there.
Stop payments on everybody's freaking check this week.
Wow.
Except you guys.
He said this is all a mood point unless Ben Simmons shoots free throws better than
I'm sorry, I still have something to say.
I think it's a moot point.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right. Yeah.
Can we please rejoice in one thing regarding basketball? After 2021, 2022 season, Duke will be relegated
Yes.
to just another silly North Carolina university.
Good news, Coach K.
It's kind of correct. It's going to take about 15 to 20 years before they actually find somebody that succeed him, kind of like North Carolina. And then they had to delve into the depths of hell to get Roy Williams.
That guy that they got down there, he's actually one of the top recruiters in the nation.
Yeah, that's great.
North
Carolina said the same
they
thing
have a
about
lot of
Dougherty.
friends in the program.
Exactly. A lot of last 3 years. He's a former player, and the last 3 years, he's the one that got Zion to come there. He's the one that got everybody else to come.
Yeah, but North Carolina said the same thing about the guy that took over for Dean Smith. Same thing.
Quimby makes a great point. It's something to look forward to after 2022. Although the next year is going to be really hard, man. It's going to be Coach K Fest.
I know.
All over the covers.
All
Every game.
day, every
Everyone's going to
day.
give him a gift. There's going to be some moving tribute in every stadium he goes to. March Madness might be unwatchable next year. It might be unwatchable.
You're right.
It's going to be terrible.
Oh, my God. But hold on a second. Can we start our nationwide or international campaign right now for whoever Duke goes up against in the first round? And just anything you guys need. Anything you need.
Are we taking the show on the road?
We might have to.
Are you offering the Maserati?
Yes, yes.
Well, yeah.
If you're the leading scorer of the team that beats Duke in the first round, you can have the Maserati for a month.
Sweet.
Gone. Just shut. Get him out.
Can't put any
Get
more miles
him-
on that thing in a month than Boston Scott did in a week.
Yeah, I know. Right? Hey, you know what? He used it.
Hey, you
Good
can't-
for him.
You can't blame the kid.
Which reminds me, I have a nice meeting tomorrow with Roger about our upcoming Green Legion Radio football show at Chickies and Goose this year.
Yes.
Awesome.
Can't wait to be back.
Yeah, it is awesome sauce. DS, talk to us about the rest of the league and what unless we still have Sixers to talk about. I mean, who is stepping up? Well, Ben Simmons noise. Let's
Well, the Ben
continue on
Simmons
that.
noise was the free throw shooting from earlier in the week and some of the things where the plan kind of backfired for Atlanta. I'd rather not talk about Ben Simmons.
Washington?
I think
It backfired for Washington.
I get for Washington, right? But rest of the league, we got by the time the show airs, I guess we'll know about the Lakers and Suns. I mean, LeBron is on the verge of elimination.
I can't think of a better ending for such a whiny bitch.
Walked off the court, off the bench,
With
down
5
30
minutes
with
left.
five
Yeah,
and a
5
half
minutes
minutes left.
down 30.
Oh, and guess who else did the same thing?
Spike Lee.
You
bastard. I caught video of
Trust
that.
me, I take note.
Thank you. Thank you.
I caught video of that just to send it to my LOL Knicks buddy.
Is
Which
that
is
McCloskey?
No, that's his name's Beast. He's
Ah,
not
Beast,
so much
okay.
of a beast, but so Atlanta moves on. Like the silver lining with Atlanta,
I thought Tobias stepped up.
he did. Last night's
Seth Curry.
last night's game was great. Last night's game was great, and looking
Hey,
at the second round,
Look, if the Sixers play the way they did last night with that squad and without Joel, they can run this table. No doubt.
They could beat Atlanta.
they could beat
absolutely.
Atlanta.
They could
We
beat
didn't,
Atlanta.
we didn't even mention the kid, Tyrese Maxey.
Oh my God, he's great.
Stud.
If that dude can develop a reliable jump shot, not like a Simmons can he shoot, like just some, he could be an all-star.
He's
I mean,
fast,
he's
man.
fast. He went up to dunk on the dude. You know, that,
He was D'ing up Russell Westbrook.
Oh yeah, he has no
Matisse.
fear. He
Thibault.
brings in
Oh.
energy. He looked like he was the only guy hustling. Like they were like what was it, like 39. He came in and he did some
Matisse
damage.
Thibault.
Yeah, we know. But here we go. So for the trade deadline, all right, Kyle Lowry was in play.
Right.
And we would have had to give up
Maxey.
Maxey.
Two of them.
And Thibault.
and
And
Thibault.
Thibault.
Now
And
let me ask you this. All right. Knowing how well the team is playing right now, and assuming that Joel did stay healthy, would you take Kyle Lowry in that trade, knowing full well, hold on, Kyle Lowry on this team almost makes an all-star team. You got 4 players on the floor at the same time that are legit all-stars. Would you have taken it for 1 year with the chance that you may not win an NBA title? I'm going just for a hot second. If Joel stayed healthy, Joel, Ben, Tobias, Kyle Lowry, and Danny Green on the court at the same time.
With Steph Curry off the bench
With-
or vice
with-
versa,
yeah,
whatever the
yeah.
matchup is.
George
Steph
Hill,
Curry.
everybody,
You probably don't make the George Hill.
Yeah, you
trade
don't make
if
the
get
George
him.
Hill
Oh
trade.
yeah, you're right.
I mean,
Sorry.
So like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like if we knew Embiid was going to be healthy.
I
all
mean,
the way
this
to the
sounds like
finals.
a bad WIP conversation.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, because
it does, 'cause it's hypothetical.
I'm immediately uninterested.
well,
if he
you
did-
were every day you went to work there.
I'll tell you what. In that situation, if Embiid was healthy right now and we played the Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals, I would say that they'd be underdogs, even though with home court, maybe 40-60. I don't know what the percentage is. But if we had Kyle Lowry with home court advantage, I would give the advantage to the Sixers against either the Bucks or the Nets.
I gotcha. Anything else you want to talk about Sixers wise before when we come back? We're gonna go kick ass or jackass. Actually, when we come back,
I got a long one, right?
yeah, we
Okay,
do have a
good.
long one. Do you want to get into any around the league? Do you want to talk
Nah,
about?
I mean, Hollis, yeah.
I know I was going to slap you.
Oh, okay, good.
I need Diaz's transgression. So whenever you can
Good,
fit
Diaz.
this in, I just need him to get this off his chest so I can laugh.
Excuse
at
me.
him.
Good.
Excuse me. It will come off his chest whenever he damn well decides. Big time.
That's the end of the show. Big time. Stop trying to
Oh,
interrupt
it's
the
the
show.
end?
Look, he's hijacking our show already.
I'm just waiting for
Yeah,
it.
you just spit everywhere.
I'm sorry. We made this special episode Bourbon Diaz from the get go. We didn't wait till the second hour.
You made that decision yourself.
Everybody, Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on Fox Sports The Gambler in Philadelphia. Brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and Custom Cabinetry. We'll be back right after this.
I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. Hanging on the promises and songs of yesterday, and I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. Here I go again. Here I go again. Though I keep searching for an answer, I never seem to find what I'm looking for. Lord, I pray you give me strength to carry on, 'cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. Here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. And I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. I'm just another heart in need of rescue, waiting on love's sweet charity. And I'm gonna hold on for the rest of my days, 'cause I know in me to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. And I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time, but here I go again. Here I go again. Here I go again. Here I go. Cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've never known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. And I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. 'Cause I know what it means to walk on the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own.
Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on Fox Sports The Gambler Philadelphia, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. For all of your residential contracting needs, reach out to them at mcsinc-pa.com or call them at
484-202-3656.
One more time.
484-202-3656.
I saw him on his cell phone that entire time. I was just waiting. I'm setting that up the whole way.
Wow.
Big time takes the breaks to go through his
Appreciate
fan
it.
mail.
No,
He goes
it's
through
all-
all his fan
No,
mail.
my,
Signs his
my work
glossies.
email. I have an email from Firefly Music Festival, so I'm like,
Next time, don't even set him up. Just get and the number when he's not paying attention.
Absolutely.
thanks, appreciate it.
Diaz, this next segment is yours as well, sir. Is there anything you want to talk about before we get into Kaja?
Nah, let's do some. I got a great kick-ass or jackass. I got a lot of names. We're going to go through as many as we can, but I think I got.
What's the overall theme, sir?
Okay, so we're playing the Atlanta Hawks. If you saw the first, some of us,
Tastes like chicken, right?
yeah. Some of us watch playoffs. Other people like 4-hour boring games of the Phillies versus the Marlins. They don't.
me add that to
merit to your list. Oh, that's already.
We
one.
finally had our first rain delay
Ass
or
clown.
rain out.
We've had a couple.
We had a couple already.
Yeah.
When was the first one?
It was earlier in the year.
There was one.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Oh, I wasn't back yet.
It sucks. We have 2 days off though in a row. So
Yeah.
17 runs and 2 days off. Great.
So what I decided to do for this week's Kick-Ass or Jackass, listen, we are a professional show. We have Kick-Ass or Jackass planned weeks in advance. We it's not like we like start struggling at 3 p.m. the day of the taping to come up with a category. So just because of what Trey Young did by bowing to the MSG crowd.
And the most important thing.
So, Bobby, did they ever catch that gorilla would escape from the zoo and punched you in the eye?
No, Mama. The search continues.
Sorry, I just wanted to go back to that.
Yeah, I had to mix that in.
So anyway, I said, hey, how about sport villains? And Quimby said, yeah, go for it. And I was like, oh man, I got to come up with names. I came up with 22 names. So we're not going to get to all these,
All right,
but
we have 8 minutes left in the segment.
yeah,
Let's go.
right.
Yeah.
So I went around sports. It's not just Philly based. We got baseball, we got football, basketball, hockey. We got them all.
So we got sports.
We got sports. That's right. So what we'll do is we're going to start. Is Sam participating in this?
No, she's
no.
out.
Okay, good.
She's out.
Great. So we're going to start with Sack, and we'll go around the room here. Let's just we're going to start out with some hockey, NHL, kick-ass or jackass.
That's what Sack just did.
villain. Sack, I'm starting this off just for you. Ty Domi.
Oh,
During his playing days, jackass, but in his post-career days, he's been kick-ass. He's awesome. He's a great listen
That's a
to whenever
surprise.
he's on someplace.
I'm going jackass.
I'm sorry. I'm just hearing Lindros hitting his head on the ice again.
Ooh.
Ty Domi,
He fought a fan. I mean, that's kick-ass.
kick ass. I'm going kick ass. Ty Domi. Doesn't his son play now?
Yeah. He's definitely not a popular player. Yeah, people don't like him.
Learn from the best. Right?
Absolutely, he got it from his dad.
I gotta go kick ass. Anytime you fight a fan for doing some stupid stuff, sometimes
Well, he was squirting water on him. He fell over the glass.
I know.
The correct answer, obviously, is jackass. All right, we're going to switch over to
There is no correct answer.
Oh, there was just one.
We are going to go to baseball. No. Well, there's plenty. I got
Okay,
plenty.
all right.
In all sports, we're going to go baseball. Here's one blast from the past. San Francisco Giants, Cody Ross.
Oh, God, I hate the rodeo clown. I hate him with every fiber of my being. Jackass.
Jackass. He's the most frustrating person because he sucks. He sucks and he burned us.
Yeah, I agree. Jackass.
He burned us when he was on the Marlins, too.
Exactly.
That just adds to the fervor.
Right. He, adding to that, next baseball. How about a Jeff Conine?
Oh,
He was also a Philly, but he
he
killed.
didn't have a very good.
No,
He
he definitely
as a
didn't help us.
Didn't he?
Like he
Didn't he
killed
go
us.
right into the announcer box right after he was done with the Phillies?
He probably did. He's Mr. Marlin,
Yeah,
like straight up.
I think
like,
as soon as he was done with the
Yeah.
Phillies, he went
yeah,
into the
I mean,
announcer.
you'd have to ask Louise. But jackass.
He was terrible with the Phillies. Jackass.
but he crushed us and hurt us every single time. Jackass. I love these villains, man. These are great names.
I mean,
bro.
as a villain, he was kick ass. He wasn't any good.
you know what? Go through half of these so we can do Sports Villains 2 next week.
Okay, that's good. Let's switch
And
over.
then we don't have to figure it out, the entire week of planning that we'll put into that.
I'll just push back the ones that I have for next week. Until
You
we
have
get-
none. You have
Let's switch over to the NBA. Bill Lambier.
Oh, he was a horse's ass. Yeah, a jackass all day.
Jackass for me.
Kick ass.
Kick ass.
I like
to me.
Bill Laimbeer.
I like Bill Laimbeer. There's nothing better than a white guy who can shoot, who gets under the skin of everybody else.
You know what I hated the most about him? Hollis just said he was in 5th grade and he had size 12 shoes. Bill Laimbeer was like 7 feet tall and he looks, he had like size 8 shoes. He had these tiny little feet around there.
Yeah, he was a ballerina.
He was. Oh, God,
He'd thump you though if you're going hard to the
He was
hole.
terrible.
He'd destroy you.
Didn't care.
All right,
Hard foul.
let's hit. Since this is an NFL show, supposedly, let's go to the NFL. Sport villain Tom Brady.
Can you chime in, Sam? Go ahead.
Jackass.
What?
He's a jackass, but he's the GOAT. Sorry, Tank.
He's no goat.
No.
He is no goat.
He's the only guy with 7 rings.
Yeah, but he's the only guy that cheated for most
I
of
wouldn't
them.
say he's the only one.
Cheated.
Not all.
Bill Bella
Uh-oh.
cheat. Point blank.
See what I'm doing?
Hollis
here?
is getting lit
Point.
up over here.
Have you guys? I'm sorry. Side note here. Have you guys watched the Vice channel sports like villain specials that they've been running? One of them was Bill Belichick. Oh man, you have got to watch the Bill Belichick Vice Sports.
If
you
Jim
if you
McMahon?
were if Jim McMahon, that particular one was completely parochial next to Bill Belichick.
No.
All right, Bill Belichick comes in. All right, you want to know what Bill? We don't know. We don't remember all this because we don't even think about this. But Bill Belichick's first coaching job was
Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland. And what was his first move?
Well, no, what did he do?
He gets rid of Bernie
Yeah, I was gonna
Kosar in favor of Vinny Testaverde.
Oh,
Vinny T.
And then a year later, get the fudge out. Right?
But do you,
And watch, and then he goes to the Jets.
Oh, he was there for a month.
And he wrote on a napkin, "I quit." After some tumultuous, you have to watch this episode. Honestly, we could do an entire show on this prick. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah. I
yeah,
don't care.
and also
Sales
you-
guy slash.
I'm just waiting for
Quimby-
my turn.
Quimby, you forgot that I remember I brought up the article when Jim McMahon when Jim McMahon called him a line PS.
Yeah.
And you know what PS stands for.
yeah.
Yeah. So because
Public servant.
yeah, so because they told him that they were going to do certain things and they lied to him. And Jim McMahon apparently choked out Michael Lombardi until he realized what he was doing.
Anyway,
Good.
I want everybody to
Slash.
watch that episode, and we're going to talk about it on one. Go ahead.
Slash kick ass jackass. Tom Brady.
He's the goat. Kick ass.
That's what we're just pissing off.
I'm
Tank.
sorry. I'm with Sam. F him, and one
There's
more
a
time.
reason he's so hated.
F him.
The reason he's so hated is
Because
because
you're
they-
tired of seeing him.
No, because they cheated. Point blank. If this is why he's not the GOAT. Because if he was the GOAT, there would not be a microphone in a linebacker's helmet now. That's why. Point blank.
Oh, all of a sudden. Oh, that's another. Oh, you got to watch this.
Yeah.
Belichick special.
No, it doesn't work.
And also that's why when they talked
Tank, get through. We got 2 minutes.
I know you shouldn't have stopped me though.
Yeah.
Is when they did the thing with Mike Tyson and they were talking about when he knocked out Buster Douglas. That's why now the referee looks to the side for the count. Go ahead.
I'll say kick ass because it makes our Super Bowl that much sweeter. We beat the GOAT.
That's another way to look at it.
Let's look at. We'll stay in football here. Terrell Owens.
Jackass.
Isn't it Terrell?
Yeah, please.
Terrell. Terrell.
It's Terrell.
It's Terrell.
It's terrible. Terrible.
He's a jackass, but if they just signed him, they would have won a Super Bowl. So
I'm sorry. I don't do photos. Jackass.
again, he's a complete jackass. though.
Be careful, Tank.
No,
He's your boy.
He's my boy, but I got to say jackass because you don't have me get you an appearance and then say you're not signing any autographs or taking pictures because that's what the appearance is all about.
Mhm.
It's like I don't know any other way to
Hold
put
on.
it.
Green Legion power.
It's basic integrity power. It's like I put my name on the line for you.
Tank.
I would like to interject.
My God, brother. Come on.
I'm just
T.O.
saying.
is a
We
jackass.
had 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago.
Jackass. How many? What do we got left?
No, don't worry. Take your time. We're gonna lead back into KA or JA.
Okay.
We got time for one more.
because
We'll do-
Hollis wants to narrate every single one of these.
Okay, let's stick in the end. Let's go to MLB. Jose Reyes.
So
I hate Jose Reyes. God, I respected David Wright. I had no respect for Jose Reyes and his pimp job with every single home run. Jackass.
Keenan Harmon, it's turd Owen.
He's honestly probably my most hated player growing up. Jackass.
Growing up. Look how
yeah.
cute.
He is
growing
cute.
up with Jose Reyes.
Well, because it was always him and Jimmy Rounds, and Jimmy Rounds was my favorite growing up.
Well, I know, but we were like 34.
Yeah, he's 25.
So,
right now.
I was born in 19. So much experience.
I'm not gonna lie, he adds more to the program than you do.
I'm just saying.
Get the hell out of here.
No, it's my house.
I'm just a little racism because everybody else is taking a lot of time, and when I take a single point of time, and it's like hurry up. There's a rush the black guy.
Hollis, kick-ass or jackass? Jose Reyes.
Yeah, jackass. Go ahead.
Hey, guess what? I got skipped. Don't worry.
We'll why don't we bring it back on the other side? Let's do like 4 or 5 more.
Let's do that, you guys.
We'll take a break. It's getting heated in here.
It is. Everybody, Bud Light, Green Legion Radio, and Fox Sports The Gambler Philadelphia, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. Back with more kick-ass or jackass, and then Eagles talk right after this.
We got too far this time, but I'm dancing on the Valentine. I tell you, some boy is fooling around with my chances on the danger line. I'll cross that bridge when I find it. Another day to make my stand. Oh, high time is no time for deciding if I should find a helping hand. Oh, why don't you use it? Try not to bruise it. By time, don't lose it. Why don't you use it? Try not to bruise it. By time, don't lose it. Reflex is a lonely child who's waiting by the pole. Reflex is in charge of finding treasure in the dark. And watching over like a clover isn't that bizarre? Every little thing the reflex does leaves you answered with a question mark. I'm on a ride and I wanna get off, but they won't slow down the roundabout. I soldering wire, TV set, don't wanna be around when this gets out. So why don't you use it? Try not to bruise it. By time, don't lose it. Why, yeah, why, yeah. Why, yeah, why, yeah. Why, yeah, don't you use it? It's a lonely child, it's waiting in the cold. Reflex is in charge of finding treasure in the dark. Watching over like a clover isn't that bizarre? Every little thing the reflex does is an answer with a question mark. So why, yeah, don't you use it? Try not to bruise it. By time, don't lose it. To reflex is a lonely child who's waiting by the pole. in the dark. But watching overlapping clover, isn't that bizarre? Everything the reflex does leaves me answered with a question mark. The reflex, what a game, is hiding all the cards.
Bud Light, Green Legion Radio on Fox Sports The Gambler, 102.5 FM Philadelphia, 104.1 Trenton, WDAS AM through the rest of the Delaware Valley, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry for all of your residential contractor needs. Reach out to them at mcsinc-pa.com. My name is Quimby. I am your sort of host amongst three other hosts and an excellent producer and one incredibly talented, I can bring alcohol in any situation intern. Guys, I just wanted to take a moment to say how much I appreciate this show, and with all five of you. I've never said this on air. If it wasn't for this show over the course of the pandemic, I would have just gone completely nuts.
You would have put more plastic wrap around your legs.
That's okay, man. Not everybody doesn't have psoriasis, bro, and I appreciate you bringing that up.
Is it
Nothing but love. Nothing but love.
Is it mild to medium plaque psoriasis? I have to treat my mild to medium plaque psoriasis.
That's just my psoriasis.
Well, whatever it is, it's not helping me get laid. So I appreciate you guys bringing that up. So,
Yeah, the jerkometer is pretty high in this room, huh?
right? Hey, Tank, thanks, baby.
He's got just so everyone knows, we're in studio here. Quimby has his lower legs wrapped in
Stop. Come on, bag of Richards.
You are a satchel of Richard.
You know,
right
this
now.
is taking us back to last year when we were apart for 2 months. And before we all got together for the radio show on air, and we were making fun of Quimby. We were like, it's day number 59.
Quimby had a rough patch last year.
Well, it's all right. You know, we could talk about me not getting laid. That's fine.
And then you got Hollis over there. Quit making fun of my buddy.
What happened? What happened last night? Did you not score? Thank you. He scored last
He
night.
took the blue pill.
Hey, Atlanta's been very, very good to me. Except for Skinder. You little bastard. Skinder. Anyway, let's get back to a little bit more kick-ass or jackass with sports villains.
We're going
Diaz,
to do
please.
4 more. We're going to do
Four
one
more?
for each sport.
All right.
Hockey, baseball,
Excellent.
basketball.
And then we have another sports villains kick-ass or jackass segment next week.
Sweet.
Part two.
Part
Yes.
you. Okay, let's start
Excellent.
out with hockey here. Sack, kick-ass or jackass? Matthew Barnaby.
Oh God, he's a jackass for 2 reasons. One, because of his
Pittsburgh.
hockey sense. Yeah, well, that right there, Buffalo more so than Pittsburgh.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, he was more of a jackass there. But the fact that he was with Michelle Beadle and he dropped that ball, double jackass.
I love Michelle Beadle. But jackass.
How old was she?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Who? Matthew Barnaby, jackass. But in a kick-ass sort of way.
Jackass.
Tank, take your time.
Total. Yeah. Tech, would you like to elaborate?
No, jackass.
Okay, yeah. He's that one's that's easy, jackass.
Jackass.
Let's go to baseball. Bud Selig.
Oh, my God.
God.
Actually, hold on. I'm going to be honest here. I'll take him back as a corpse.
Oh,
Eventually, when he dies over Rob Manfred. So I never thought in my life I would beg for Bud Selig back, but I'm doing it right now because I can't stand Rob Manfred even that much more. He's kick-ass. I'm going to go kick-ass.
They're all kick-ass. I hate them all. Kick-ass. Or
So you're
jackass. Sorry.
Could you please elect a commissioner of baseball that's not frumpy?
Sure.
Frumpy.
He was frumpy.
You remember when they suspended?
Bud Selig was frumpy, shoulderless. Robert Manfred has even less shoulders.
And he called the World Series trophy a piece of
And
iron.
Bud Selig's claim to not fame is the All-Star game.
I was gonna say it was on front page of every national paper. His holding his hands up in the air.
The strike, too.
Because it was tied in the ninth inning.
no.
And they didn't want to go to an extra
No,
innings.
the holding the hands up in the air was Game 5 of the World Series when he suspended it. That was when he was on the podium and he had the rule book in his hands and he's like this, like that right there. The strike of 94 is his big outlier and the tie in the All-Star game. But outside of that, I'll take him back over Rob Manfred any day of the week.
Not me. He's a jackass. You can never put a former owner or owner and as a commissioner because he's
Well said, sir.
Because he's going to be out for self. So it's I don't like him. I don't like Manfred. Get somebody in there.
Russ Taylor does say Bud Selig gave us the wild card.
Yeah,
Well, that's true. It's the only hope the Phillies have to
We've
make
never
the playoffs
used
this
it.
year.
We've never used it though. The Phillies have never taken advantage of the wild card.
Okay, so we'll wrap this up here. We'll go to NBA. All right, NBA sports villain Ed Snyder for treating the Philadelphia 76ers for 20 years like used piece of garbage, investing in the hockey team while the more profitable, more basketball-rich city of Philadelphia, the team was practicing at PCM. Ed Snyder, sports villain, kick-ass or jackass. Zach.
Basketball rich. They couldn't even sell out the 1983 NBA Finals when they were going faux. That's how basketball rich they became. The Sixers haven't become popular or relevant since the process. That's it. That's the only thing that ever made them relevant outside of Allen Iverson. Get your crap out of here about bashing Ed Snyder. Your franchise has sucked since 1985. You've been to one conference championship. You can kiss my ass because you're a jackass.
That's the incorrect answer. What's up, Gobbler?
He's. Do I have to answer? It's terrible. I was negative 105 the last time the Flyers were relevant. Jackass.
Ed Snyder, literally one of the worst human beings to walk the face of the earth.
This is turning out how I hoped.
Good God.
All right. No, if you actually read up on how Ed Snyder acquired the Philadelphia Flyers. Let's say that again. Acquired the Philadelphia Flyers. All right. Former owner, and I can't remember the name. Do you know, Zach?
I was negative 19.
He wasn't born in 1905.
Same owner as the Philadelphia Eagles at the time. This is back in the 60s.
Oh, God.
And
67 was their inaugural season.
And what happened, if you have to read up on it, it's an article that will literally change your Philadelphia outlook on the Flyers. Ed Snyder, his father begged the owner of the Eagles and Flyers at the time to give him a job because Ed Snyder was about as useful as Anne Frank's drum set. Yes, there we go.
There you go. Okay.
Wow.
Bag of wet meat.
Right.
But anyway, Ed Snyder's still having a negative impact on this team.
But anyway, if you go through this entire article and
Sorry,
read
Zach.
it, you'll find out that Ed Snyder screwed the owner of the Flyers out of the Flyers and then acquired them. After he gave him a job when nobody else was giving Ed Snyder anything. Bad ownership, bad character, bad team, bad management, bad coaches, bad players, bad results. The only reason why you won 2 cups, because you beat the piss out of everybody. Now, it worked.
This is a kick-ass or jackass segment.
I know. Is it
And I get it. Black man, white man. I'm sorry.
is it black
I won't
guy-
oppress you anymore. Sir.
Is it black guy time now?
It is black guy time.
I'm not
Ed
gonna take
Snyder,
it
F-U, jackass.
All right, hurry up, Tank.
back.
We're taking it to break.
You wouldn't say that if you were sitting right here.
Yeah, we're gonna take it to break. Yeah, turn off the cameras. Nah, you know what? I gotta say jackass because that's pretty much all I have on that. Just jackass.
All right, the last.
But when I do go on a rant, everybody just shut the hell up.
Yep.
Oh, we know.
We got you.
Well, we do have a football one here.
Yeah,
So.
this
Okay.
is the NFL. Since
Tom Brady again.
no, it's
I was slapping.
NFL for Crimes Against Green Legion Radio and Diaz Nation. Chris Sack, multiple violations this week.
Oh, here
started,
it is.
It started first off. He told me that he was watching the baseball game and not the Sixers playoff game, the Marlins
Tank.
versus the Phillies.
Tank, you and I can take a nap for a little bit.
9:30, like nothing's going on. It's the slowest, most boring game in the world. Then what he does is Joel Embiid goes down in an injury. I'm obviously upset. He personally texts me and says, Joel Embiid not coming back to the game. I know. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Thanks.
Hold on.
Thanks for the updates.
And you were
Hello,
pissed-
Miss Lippy. Thank you.
And you were pissed off about me and Tobias Harris.
I know, every week this thing. Then it goes on. Then he has the gall of this guy. Big time. Big time. He posts on Facebook public like I'm not. He's a Facebook bridge troll. He's waiting for information to come. Then he jumps out and said he posts a picture on his personal page with me, a picture of me with the legend Dr. Julius Erving.
My gripe wasn't with Doc.
And he cut Dr. J out of that pick, which is a crime against humanity.
Wasn't with him.
Then he posted about, oh, where's Diaz? I don't hear a whole lot about Diaz right now. Diaz is not talking.
I was worried about your health and your welfare.
Yeah, he thought I was at
I wanted the Delaware Port Authority to know to keep an eye out for this guy.
On bridges?
Yeah, I don't need Dr. J. Dr. J has his title from 1983. I'm not worried about him jumping off the bridge. I was worried about you.
I
Diaz.
was on the bridge.
I was worried about
you. Were going off the bridge after today. Kick-ass or jackass, Chris Sack, crimes against humanity, crimes against the nation, crimes against Green Legion Radio, kick-ass or jackass.
Husband of Abby, father of Monroe. I was worried about my buddy Diaz and the fact that he may have done something to himself with Joel Embiid going down yet again. Not with the poops. Not with the poops this time. Not with looking like the Phantom of the Opera with the mask on in the playoffs. He went down again with another torn meniscus. I was worried about my friend, my compadre, my co-host for two of the shows that are the flagship of Green Legion Radio. I was worried about you. And you go ahead and you do this to me? This is upsetting. You're a jackass for bringing this up.
It's like Scarface. You're pulling off like a Scarface right now. Got like the accent going on.
I'm going to make you an offer.
Exactly. That's what you sound like.
Refuse.
I love Sack's kick-ass, but like Sack, you're defending a team that, over another team that has still a decade over the Flyers in championship wins. And that probably didn't
They've
come
been
out
irrelevant
right,
for 3 friggin' decades.
Hey, you've had your floor.
Okay. Yeah, let's be honest here.
That came out wrong. What I'm saying is you're saying the Sixers haven't won since the 80s, where your team hasn't won since the 70s.
They've been relevant, though.
Have they, though?
Have they?
Okay.
Suspect.
Quimby, please.
Quimby,
go for it.
Chris Sack, crimes against humanity, kick-ass or jackass?
I just want to say the entire segment for the last 4 minutes has been completely kick-ass. I couldn't give a crap about anything else right now.
That's obviously
the
correct
two
answer.
of you have mental issues, and I personally enjoy the hell out of it.
That's for sure.
Sam can't stop laughing in the corner. She's done. She's useless for the rest of the show.
It reminds me of the time when you had Peter Griffin when you put the finger up his ass.
Shut up! You had your finger up my ass.
Yes.
Hollis, kick-ass or jackass? Chris, remember, I'm sitting next to you here on Athletes Row of Green Legion Radio. So, answer your question.
How are you going to do?
Well, kick ass then. I will whoop you like cornbread batter, sir. The hell
Yes,
is
man,
wrong
I
with
thought we
you?
were going to team up on this jerk over
Yes.
here. Say, what are you going to do?
Yes.
Chris Sack, you are a jerk. Jackass.
And if you don't know every reason why you should listen to Green Legion Radio Saturdays on Fox Sports The Gambler from 1 to 3 p.m., now you know.
Because they interrupt the black guy.
All right, I got one.
As I was saying.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Let's move on.
Wait a minute, white guy. As I was saying.
Damn, you offended me.
Oh, my God. She's gone. She's out of it.
It should be. What I was going to say was the game was out of hand already. I was watching the baseball game as well.
No, he wasn't watching the game at all. He wasn't flipping back and forth. He was not flipping back and
I
forth.
was following on my phone. That's all you need to do when you're winning by 25.
Thank you, sir. So kick ass. Keep doing what you're doing to piss him off.
That makes me sad.
My man.
That makes me sad.
My man.
You guys, let's get into Eagles talk right now. How much time do we got left on this segment?
We got about 8 minutes.
8 minutes. I want to play something right now, and
Okay.
it's going to piss you off.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to piss off the black guy in the room.
Well, no, it probably will, but
All right, here we go, you guys. Off of Crossing Broad today.
Hey, Andre. Thanks for taking the time today.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
We'll get started here with Mike Kay and then John McMullen.
Hey, Andre, thanks for taking the time. What did you learn about yourself as a person and a player last year as you were kind of watching the game from the sideline?
Yeah, about that. I definitely learned a lot about myself and how much the game really means to me and how serious I am about this. Losing a season to an injury definitely makes you see it in a different perspective, in a different light. And it kind of lit this huge fire in me, a different kind of
Huge
fire than
fire.
I've felt
Sounds
before.
like it.
Right?
Something like this has never happened for me.
All right. So I wanted to play that because I'm not.
Where's the tank? The tank needs a release valve.
He knocked over his stick figures up there.
Dude, I
Hold on. All right.
Okay,
Let me
go-
tell
yeah.
you. All right. This interview is almost 40 minutes long.
I know.
And I listened to
40 minutes of that?
Yes.
And when we come back, we'll play the entire. No, I'm just kidding.
That'll be the whole baseball brunch
baseball
tailgate party.
brunch. Yes. No live reads this Sunday, everybody. So I listened to now hold the phone for a moment because you guys know me as the perpetual pessimist. All right. I've been trying to be a perpetual optimist this show. All right. I think there's a silver lining with Joel. I think we need to get a fibrillator for Tank right now. There's a lot of things that are
Deep
going
breaths.
on right
Deep
now.
breaths.
Paper bag. Sam, there's paper bags underneath the sink.
Rumor has it COVID's over, so we have plenty of ventilators now that are available. For
Tank, you got 10 seconds. We'll kick it to Sam.
But hold on for a second. All right. Now, if you listen to
You know what? I think sales guy Slash is getting kind of big time over here too.
I'm just you guys put me in such a mood with that whole rant. I'm just like I'm out of it.
If you listen to the entire interview, all right, at the very least, he is saying what he needs to say. I get it, Tank. And you if you're watching us on social media right now, you can see the face. All right. But imagine this world for a hot second. All right. If he says in his interview, he's stronger than he ever has been coming off that injury. Okay.
They all say that.
I get it. And they have to say that.
Ric Flair still says that.
No.
He's in the best shape of his career.
Listen. Just let me get through this.
Go for
Okay. He says he's mentally prepared. I get it. It's yeah, we've heard the same song and dance 1,000 times. However, let me create this scenario in a perfect world. Let's say Andre Dillard does come back, does compete at a high level. Can you imagine what that one piece of the puzzle could do to solidify this offensive line? Not only because Andre Dillard did play right tackle his freshman year, so he knows a little bit about it, with an aging Lane Johnson, who we don't know what will take place. All right. He likes the fact that he's competing against Jordan. They're next to each other in the locker room. They're buddies outside of the out of the NovaCare complex. All right. And I get it, Tank. You're sitting there and it's the same song and dance.
He's stewing.
If in fact, all right, he comes to play, I think it changes the entire complexion of the offensive line. He even said he'd move to guard if he needs to. And
he couldn't even move the right tackle,
brother.
Quimby, listen.
I'm trying to think.
Let me
that this guy is we get one draft pick back that we don't have to give Howie crap for. All right.
Why would we want to do that?
I need Tank. I need Tank here.
Yeah. Like
I need
Quimby,
Tank.
I'm gonna have to cut you off. And Hollis, can
Tank,
you
the
please
floor is yours.
Can you please tell us
No,
why
no,
Quimby's
actually-
completely wrong?
Actually, no. Can we cut this a little short because I don't want to cut him off. If you want to cut the break now,
Oh,
come
are we-
back with Tank's answer.
Yeah, let's do
Let
that.
him stew just for a
let
few
him
more
stew
minutes.
for another 5 minutes.
I hate to do it to you, but I don't want to cut you off a minute.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Let's have him stew. Great. All right, everybody. Bud Light Green Legion Radio on Fox Sports The Gambler, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. Back with Tank's response to Big Puddin' right after this.
I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you could wipe off that grin. I know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. And I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. I remember, don't worry. How could I ever forget? It's the first time, the last time we ever met. But I know the reason why you keep your silence up. No, you believe the hurt doesn't show, but the pain still grows. Some stranger to you and me. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. I can feel it in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. I can feel it in the air tonight.
Sorry.
I'll say.
All right. Bud Light Green Legion Radio on Fox Sports The Gambler, Philadelphia. Everybody, we appreciate you joining us here. We're on our second to last segment Saturday afternoon. Thank you for listening to us on your car ride. Myself, Quimby, Hollis Tank Thomas, Michael Shut Up Diaz, Chris Sackmaster, Sam Brady, and of course, you crying, boy? Woo! You crying, boy?
We haven't played that in a while. We haven't heard
The
that
nicknames
Let's
piling
get
up.
you the Whamburger and some French fries. You little sissy boy. And Def Leppard sucks.
Quimby would disagree.
Yes.
Coming in with, I know that I'm not allowed to interrupt right now, but I'm, on my third bourbon. Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. Makes me think of Chooch every time. Whoever picked that song out for him,
And Mike Tyson.
Yeah. And
How do you know he didn't pick it himself?
He used to play like ranchero music or something.
In high school,
I'm sorry. The only reason why you're allowed to get away with that is because of your Latin influence, sir.
Yes.
Well, in high school, a couple of squads played this song as their come out song, and we kicked sparks from their ass.
Excellent.
Speaking of sparks from their ass, Tank.
Yes.
Talk about Andre Dillard.
And please blow up Quimby. Feel free. Unleash.
All right. We talked about how we want to set this up during the break. So Dillard in this interview, and I get it, you guys. I get it. And, we can make all those sounds. Tank, in your career in the NFL, or just you being a student of the game,
right?
Have you seen anybody, more so, I would love to know teammates, if you've had any, or just anybody around the league that came out of college like Andre Dillard did. You know, a lot of heat, no gusto. Woo! No.
Yeah.
All right. Fanfare and absolutely, shooting blanks. And then had some sort of event in their career which turned it around and made them committed to the sport in which they have supposedly loved. In this interview, I will just tell you, he says right after this, when you have the game taken away from you, you realize how much it is a part of you.
But it was the
and
way,
I get it. You should have been committed in the beginning.
It was the way it was taken away from you. You got your ass kicked.
No, you had a bicep injury.
You got your ass kicked. You got your ass handed to you. Hence why I call him Big Puddin'. So it's like the thing is, I've seen people turn things around, but I haven't seen people on his level, the way he's as soft as he is, turn it around. The guys that are soft as he is, they only get their ass kicked for a while,
and then they're out.
And then they're out. He could talk all.
Have you seen anybody turn it around?
Yeah, Jermaine Mayberry. Jermaine Mayberry, he didn't get his ass just kicked though. He wasn't labeled a big puddin'. When people call you a big puddin', that means you soft, point blank. It's nothing you can do
what
about
the best
that.
part is?
What's that?
You are the one that coined that phrase.
I know. Well, I didn't.
And guess what?
It's a southern term.
I feel as though we have to have a deal in place because I was going to have to wear a jersey I didn't want to wear, and if by week 8, Big Puddin's in the starting lineup,
he's not going to be in the starting lineup.
Excuse me. If by week 8 of the regular season, Big Puddin's in the starting lineup. Guess who is going to have to wear a Big Puddin' jersey?
You better not say Hollis, because Hollis Thomas only wears a 78 jersey for the Eagles. So that you're adding to the list now. Here, you might be a sports villain next.
You might be a sports villain.
Hey, even if it is 77,
a T-shirt.
So let the black guy finish getting his time. So as I was saying, he could talk all the crap that he wants to in front of the microphone and talk about having the game taken away from us, because we've all had it taken away from us at some point. It's not the first time.
Very well said.
It's not the first time. So it's like he could say that.
But no, for him, according to this interview, sorry. According to him, this has been the first time the game was taken away from him. He didn't have to deal with injuries in college.
Who gives a damn?
All right.
This is what I will tell you. You're the first round pick. You don't have any pride. You don't have any pride. You don't have any integrity. You don't have any. Hold on one second.
No, you're good.
Hold on 1 second, because you don't have any pride or any integrity. You're getting called soft by everybody. You're supposed to be the first round pick. They moved up to get your ass, and you getting your ass kicked on a daily basis, point blank. What? It's like I get sick and tired of people that are given things and don't work for them. And when you give people things and they don't work for them, and now it's been taken away from you. No, it's not been taken away from you. Somebody who wanted it more than you is going out there and they've kicked ass. And now you come back telling something the game was taken away from you. No, you have to show me. I should, if you're gonna show me, I should see bodies thrown around, and I should see you winning, outright winning, not because you were a first round pick, outright winning. Because point blank, it's like you haven't shown me anything. The things that I've seen him get his ass whooped by undrafted free agents. I've seen him be still in his stance in preseason games. So that's not a way. That's not a way a first round pick conducts.
Diaz has something to say.
Yes.
I didn't know Ben Franklin there.
I see. I wasn't. What's going on? Did that girl also steal your eyesight there, Ben?
I was trying to protect you from that.
What the hell's going on?
I was trying to protect you from that. Second one.
Hey, Zach had the same thought, man. What is this? Are you breaking down in front of our eyes? Is this
in front of his eyes?
3 weeks after I turned 50, I had to start wearing reading glasses.
So the one thing that I will say about this situation, you can talk as much of a good game as you want to, but until you stop those pass rushes and stuff.
It's also very small font.
Should we get a whiteboard so you can read the live reads?
Do me a favor from here on.
Yeah.
gather up everything heavy that we don't need and small so I can throw it at him.
Heavy and small. That sounds like you, Quimby.
Oh, man. Let me take that back. There is an array of batteries right here.
Diaz does kind of remind me of JD Drew. But Tank, just real quick.
Okay.
I want to
was
get
going
it
to
right
say
back to you.
Joe
I have a
Osmond
question
was one
for
of
you.
those guys that kicked his ass, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of the things that bothers me about that clip that he played,
Right.
okay, it's not what you say. My dad taught me this. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Right.
There's no passion in your voice. There's no, I lost this. This is the end of my world, that I want to hear. And I don't expect you to be fake.
Right.
But I expect you to have a little bit more oomph when you're going to talk like that, because like this is your livelihood. This is something that you're passionate
Coming
about.
from the same guy who supported Pat Burrell for years, who
Pat,
had no oomph whatsoever.
ask every lady in Philadelphia.
Yeah, not at the Irish
okay?
pub.
Oh God, he was swinging a small bat there.
How
too.
does it feel to sleep with? How does it feel to know you slept with Pat the Bat? But I'll say this though, Tank. I listened to that clip right there,
Right.
and I don't hear heart. I don't hear passion.
Exactly.
And how the hell is there 40 minutes worth of that garbage? That you had enough questions to ask him to last 40 minutes? That's insane.
And-
It bothers me, Tank, because really in reality, if it bothered you that much that your livelihood was taken from you, you would have a little bit more gumph when in your voice when you're talking about the fact that it was taken from you.
You have a little bit more
I
conviction.
am with. Listen, hold on, both of you.
It was
And
monotone,
it's not
man.
the black guy being oppressed right now.
No, but
All
it
right,
was monotone.
I have listened and watched this entire interview, and I am the biggest Eagles pessimist there is, without question. Besides you, but
yeah, exactly.
It
was
I
monotone.
don't know. He doesn't. He
Q.
doesn't. He doesn't have any. He's not a radio host.
He doesn't have to
He's
be a radio
not
host.
a broadcast. No.
No.
Hold
Okay.
on.
Q,
No.
Q.
You had your phone. You had your moment. Now it's my turn. There is a small amount of me that wants to believe what he said in this interview. Whether or not that comes to fruition, I get the skepticism. We're all there. We've made fun of this idiot for 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Can we pull that back too?
Yeah, 2 years.
All right.
So you know I'm from the show me
But-
state, right?
But
I'm from the show me state.
whatever.
I'm from the show me state.
I'm with you.
Whatever.
Show me.
Okay. All right. So
Don't
he's
have
going to
rookie
get the
kicking
opportunity.
your ass.
I hear what you're trying to say, Quimby, and
Me too.
I'm not going to
I
repeat
agree.
exactly what's Sack. House, it sounded to me like he's been getting good coaching on what to say. But like, if you had, and listen, things stolen, injuries, all that, first round pick, all that stuff. He doesn't have to be like, you know what, this was stolen from me. He doesn't have to freak out, but he has to say, hey guys, I know what you're going to say here. But
Which, by the way, the A&E wrestling legend.
What we would have wanted here, and unfortunately for all this whole conversation, this whole argument, we won't know until they get out on the field in training camp.
Correct.
Until we actually see him play.
No. Apparently, the decision has already been made.
Yes, I made it already. He's soft as church music.
And when you go on there, and if
He's
you're
soft as church music.
if you say something like that, like it's lit a fire inside of me, like you don't have to be like it's lit. You're just like, you know what, guys, I got turned around. I'm back on this. I trained hard to get back here. I'm excited to get back on the field and prove who I am. He doesn't have to like yell or anything. It's just like
You can read the body language.
Yeah, like, and I get it. They hate athletes. That's a whole nother thing. Athletes hate interviews and all that stuff, but you don't have to just show a little heart.
For you, Tank, a little church music.
Can I ask a question when
Go
he's
for it,
done?
Sam.
Wow.
Totally.
Yes, love this.
Do they have times? Do they get like say you have to fill 20 minutes? You have to fill 10 minutes?
No,
Okay.
because this is the thing, and that was the other thing too. He took 40 minutes, and he didn't have to take 40 minutes, and it was what he. Sometimes it's not.
Let me make sure that's accurate.
It's not. Sometimes it's not what you say; it's how you say it. And it's like the thing.
I lied.
Main reason.
10 minutes and 30 seconds.
And do you hear the monotone he's talking with?
I don't think he speaks any other way.
Yeah, it's god awful.
You know what? You know what would solve this? Sounds like it's we got to make a call to Spuds. Let's get Spuds back in here and grill him.
No, let's get Andre Dillard on our first Chickies and Pete's.
Oh
Green
my God,
Legion
you're gonna
radio
fall
show.
in love with him too.
Oh,
Well, I guess that's what he's doing right
Our
now.
ratings are going to go
You know what?
Like tank.
Thankfully for me and the rest of you idiots, that I actually tried to talk about that player's personal life and put them on a pedestal. Otherwise,
I'm not putting that son of a
Shut
man
up.
on a pedestal.
otherwise,
I'm not putting nobody on a pedestal who don't
Otherwise-
deserve to be on one.
otherwise,
The other guys, they deserve to be on one, sir.
I'm talking about our guests
Oh, yeah. Okay.
at Chickies. You know how much Spuds goes through to get those people?
We
to get
appreciate
those
Spuds.
players?
We appreciate Spuds.
No,
yeah.
so we have to appreciate the player. And whether or not you think I'm in a man-love relationship,
Nick Gary.
whatever.
Jordan
Alex
Mailata.
I will.
Alex
If
Mailata.
you
Boston
have,
Scott.
if you have Dillard
Greg Ward.
on, if you have Dillard on, I will be absent that fucking week.
Ah!
Write it down.
Okay, so just Slash and I are back on the radio right now,
Yeah.
because hey, I'm doing everything.
Let's
You
me
can-
and you practice for Dillard being on. Ask me a question. How'd the game go? Well, you know, it was like
Andre,
yeah.
how's that bicep feel?
Yeah, well, you know, it was good practice. I think we're ready to go for the game tomorrow night.
Andre, you gonna be ready this Sunday?
Yeah, I'm fired up, man. It's gonna be a good time.
All I know is that Brandon.
So hold on.
Sure.
Apparently, the entire studio, with the exception of myself, feels as though this entire interview is an act.
Boom.
I don't think.
All right, hold on. Entire act. Tank.
Yeah. it's
Okay,
a-
one.
It's not an entire act. I just don't think that this guy has what it takes. If you look at Brandon Brooks' Instagram photo from last week, it showed the offensive line. It showed Lane, Brandon Brooks, Jason Kelsey, Sayamalu, and who was starting the left tackle? The 7th round rugby player, Jordan Mailata. It just goes to show you
Excellent thing to talk about
this
right now.
guy doesn't have it. Deep
Because
down inside, he
let's-
does not have it to be a professional
Let's
football player.
talk about that offensive line depth chart.
Please.
All right, right now, myself and Ben Franklin would like to talk to you about.
Quimby's struggling with the 11-point font.
Thank God.
I really have no problem firing you.
Do you need to borrow my telescope?
Where are you going?
She's getting his walker to make sure he doesn't fall over when he's walking out.
Feather
Hold on a
pens
second.
are tough to read. All right.
No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my hat off just to make sure everybody knows that even though I need reading glasses, I have more hair than Diaz.
Ooh.
And Zach.
And Zach.
Pretty gray though, you know.
Hey, you're welcome. So on the depth chart right now, they do have. Where are you? Sam's useless. We have Andre Dillard starting left tackle. Isaac Sayamalu, left guard, obviously. Jason Kelsey, Brandon Brooks, Lane Johnson. Backing up, left tackle, obviously Jordan Mailata. And we would love to see that competition. I want nothing more.
Who's starting now?
Excuse me.
It's got to be.
No, I just told you.
Dillard.
Dillard is the starting left tackle right
Get the hell out of here.
on every single website that I have seen, including the Philadelphia Eagles website, the depth chart says Big Puddin is starting. I
Trade
get
bait.
it.
Trade
I
bait.
get it. Whatever. Yeah, because Howie's been really good with that lately. Here's interesting. Obviously, Jordan Mailata backing up Andre Dillard. Left guard and center backup right now. Your second round pick, Landon Dickerson.
You gotta be healthy first.
Get you. Howie said, we fully expect Landon Dickerson to play football for the Philadelphia Eagles this year. You are a perpetual optimist as well, sir.
Right side's got to be Driscoll.
No. Ready?
Ooh.
Backing up Lane Johnson at right tackle currently is Matt Pryor.
No
God,
way.
no.
Cut him.
It's got to be Driscoll.
He's a parking cone.
Excuse me. Driscoll doesn't even make the list. Your backup
Fourth
for
round
Brandon Brooks is Nate Herbig. Your backup to Landon Dickerson at left guard and center is Nate Herbig. Your backup to Brandon Brooks, Nate Herbig, is Matt Pryor. Your backup to Lane Johnson after Matt Pryor is Brett Toth.
You're looking at a depth chart in May as proof of what's going on.
Yes, of course, I am. I'm just telling you right now. This
June,
is
actually.
what. Yeah, thanks. This is what is being promoted right now. It's going to change. We get it, but right now, Driscoll's not even there.
Have you guys seen Armageddon? Have you guys seen the movie?
Quimby knows all the quotes.
Quimby reminds me of the guy that discovered the asteroid in Armageddon. I want to name her Dottie when he's wearing those glasses.
Shut up! Make the call. Whatever he says.
Yeah, in the background,
and he flips down on his
flipping them off.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that we're talking Eagles and Quimby hasn't brought up linebackers or running backs at all. I mean, maybe
the quarterback and defense.
We still have one more segment.
The good news is you're fired.
Way to go.
How much time we got?
We got to go to break, but I'll leave you guys with this one. Brian Walden said that Quimby looks like a Jim Schwartz who's 55 years old.
Same age range.
I'm good with all this, you guys.
I got something. Can I squeeze this in, or I got something that I just read here? I didn't know if this is real or not. Can I read it real quick? Do we have a minute?
You could have read it by now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this just popped up on my feed. I don't know.
Still narrating. Read the goddamn thing.
Former MLB executive says Commissioner Bud Selig, sport villain, worked with teams to rig attendance figures after the steroids scandal. David Sampson, who served as the Miami Marlins president from 2002 to 17, appeared on Dan Le Batard show and explained that former MLB commissioner Bud Selig had teams give away hundreds of thousands of free tickets to fans. Those tickets were then used to boost overall industry attendance and make baseball look healthier than it was.
I don't know if it looks as healthy as your Bud Light stack on your table. However, that's agreed with you.
Yeah,
Been saying that for years.
Yeah. I mean, they rode the coattails of the steroid users all the way back to prominence, and
Sammy Sosa was a guest to our Memorial Day barbecue.
I did.
He had to
hear
bring
that.
the sunscreen.
You didn't use any of the ones that I sent you that I used on Sunday.
I just didn't want to take any thunder from you.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
You guys, Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on Fox Sports The Gambler Philadelphia. Coming back on our last segment, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential, MCS Custom Cabinetry. Reach out to them at mcsinc-pa.com for all your residential contracting needs, or call them at
484-202-3656. Again, that's 484-202-3656.
It was too easy.
And if you missed it before, make sure you mention the Green Legion for 10% off your next order. And that goes for anything, any size.
Anything. That was great. Hold on. Love you. Back right after this.
Face. I got no worries, and I don't know why. I don't know why. All about is we got some disgrace. I'm in no hurry, and I don't know why. I don't know why anymore. Oh no no! Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your boys. feel the noise. Girls, rock your boys. Let's get wild, wild, wild. Let it rock. Ah! Come on, yeah. Feel it. Come on. Rock it. Move it. Wild, wild, wild. We're gonna get wild. We're gonna get wild tonight. Feel the noise. Rockin' tonight. Rock your boys. Come on, man. Wild, wild, wild. Let it rock. Yeah, yeah, Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your boys.
Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on
This is a
Fox
real
Sports
DNA
The Gambler,
customer.
and I don't know what's going on there, so let's try that again.
It's the black guy here coming in loud and clear. This is the big tank dog.
All right,
in with
hold on,
Quimby.
hold on, stop.
With Quimby.
We're starting over.
Are we starting over? And action.
I need
This is
everybody
the-
to be quiet.
Okay. The big tank dog here. with
You're not
Quimby.
being quiet. Shut up. Jesus Christ. Fucking children around here. Stop, Sam. You're not helping the cause. All right. Everybody, don't say anything. Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on Fox Sports The Gambler, 102.5 FM Philly, 104.1 Trenton, WDAS AM, the rest of the Delaware Valley, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. And it's better to have disco lights in the studio with Tank every week.
Yes.
Every week. So, all right, in our last segment.
Yes.
Oh my God, what is that on your? Look at you.
What happened?
You're no longer a black man. You're now the Swamp Thing.
No, it's the green light.
Does he look like the Swamp Thing?
He looks like he's preparing to go to Delilah's after the show.
He's not.
Don't get angry with me. Sounds like you're envious.
All right, we don't have very much time left on this last segment. Do we have anything else we want to say about the Eagles, about Big Puddin'? Go ahead.
Well, not about Big Puddin'. The Bills stepped forward as the leading
Front runner for Zach Ertz.
Front runner for Zach Ertz by restructuring Stephon Diggs' contract, getting $8 million under the salary cap. So they step forward and they're being the leading front runner. So,
do we foresee any of this taking place?
Yeah, I think it's going to take place today. Everybody knows everybody, and also the USFL will be back in 2022.
All right,
They announced
in the
that
spring.
Is that going to work? Probably not.
I think so in the spring.
So that being said, it's going to be an interesting show next week when we do our receiver show. All right, our diva show. Because there's a lot to talk about there. There is a ton to talk about. However, it's all new. All right, you're talking about if, in fact, Zach Ertz is moved, he is, or Dallas Goedert is now, well, Greg Ward is now the most tenured receiver on this team. Dallas Goedert being number 2. Travis Fulgham, Jalen Reagor, Devontae Smith, Kez Watkins, John Hightower, Khalil Tate, who they want as a receiver, but he was a cornerback at Arizona.
Quarterback at Arizona.
At Arizona.
He was a good quarterback too, but
Arthega Whiteside's still in the mix. I don't know why. I am looking forward to seeing what can take place or happen with Jamon Osman, an Aggie, Texas A&M.
Correct.
Another big.
Just a friendly reminder.
And all of you can kiss my ass.
Friendly reminder for everybody that coming up, Diaz put out the word on our social media accounts for Green Legion on Thursday. Make sure you guys sign up. We have another baseball brunch tailgate coming up before the Yankees game on Sunday, June 13th at 1 o'clock. We're going to be there from 9 to 1. Hey, we might get another Sixers game. Who knows for that Sunday. So it'll be a lot of fun down there. So make sure you guys go to greenlegion.com and sign up. You get to witness a whole live show that Sunday from 11 to noon with myself and Phillies broadcaster Greg Murphy.
in addition to that, for this particular game, the Yankees Sunday game, when the stadium is back to full capacity.
It's already back to full capacity starting tomorrow.
I understand
but
that.
full weekend.
I understand that.
Yes.
But there are also limited ticket and tailgate packages for this Yankees game. There is literally 40. That's what we have. So if you want to go to the Yankees game and tailgate with us at 1100 Social at Xfinity Live and listen to Bud Light Baseball Brunch with Greg Murphy and Chris Sack, the whole package, get on it, sign up, because those tickets are going to be very expensive in about 48 hours.
Yes, make sure you guys get your tickets for that. If we're going to talk about the Phillies here, obviously the last couple days, the Phillies have been off. They had an afternoon game on Wednesday and obviously we're recording on Thursday night and our broadcast is on Saturday. So I'm not sure what happened on Friday night before the broadcast, but they had a scheduled off day on Thursday. They were rained out on Wednesday. And then they got the doors blown off of them in Tampa last week, and they got smoked on Memorial Day. But hey, listen, we're coming off of a game on Tuesday where they hit 7 home runs. They won the game 17-3. So yeah, there's some positives that are coming out of that. Hopefully Alec Boehm, Andrew McCutcheon are starting to hit this weekend. There is a possibility that we might get Bryce Harper back. Didi Gregorius is throwing the ball again. So hopefully we have our 3 and 5 hole hitters coming back to this lineup to solidify it. But this offense is still extremely disappointing this year. I mean, last year I know it was a 60-game season, but there was only 4 teams in baseball that scored more runs than the Phillies did last year. This year, the offense has not shown up. And the only way that you're going to mask the deficiencies that you have as a defensive baseball team is if you can hit and if you can score runs. And this team has not done that so far. And their starting pitching has been pretty good. I mean, Nola has not been Nola, but Zach Wheeler's been better than what we've seen before. And with the Mets or with us, period.
It should be a flop at this point. But, sometimes they're never going to take the C off of Giroux.
Awkward. Take that kite outside.
If we're still talking baseball here, what I think is interesting is not just the hitting, but the defense has just been terrible.
It's been awful.
Awful.
Yeah. Did you see Jason Stark's stat?
And you know what?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Here's the interesting part about that. I'm going to try to get through this quick because I think we only have about 2 minutes. The one element that we actually thought Girardi was going to tighten up was the lack of fundamental play.
It's not for a lack of trying. It really, in reality, it's not for a lack of trying.
But how do we keep recycling or getting new players on the field, and they're still making the same damn mistakes?
Well, the thing is this year's team is a lot similar to last year's team. There's not a whole big difference.
Girardi was managing the team last year.
Well, yeah, but you know what? What's crazy is Captain Coconut Oil, who sucked. He cut his team's errors per game last year to this year in half and has the best record in the National League. He has the best record but he's an idiot. He wants to win the time of possession.
Are they a better defensive team than what we are? You have Alec Boehm. You have Alec Boehm playing third base, which is an important defensive position. He can't play third base. You have Rhys
record
Hoskins
in the National League.
That played left field is now playing first base. He can't play first base.
Best record
Gene
in the National
Segura,
League.
he stinks at second base. You have guys playing out of position. Brad Miller's playing right field because you have to put his bat in the lineup.
It sounds to me like you're making the point that it might be the players and not the coaches.
No. Let me elaborate here real quick for you on Captain Coconut Oil. Okay,
sounds like the Flyers.
No, yeah. Who's in first place?
Zach, 30 seconds.
Gotcha. Who was in first place in the National League East the first 2 years? The only 2 years that he was a manager here, halfway through the season. Going into August, the Phillies were pretty much both years, and they faded down the stretch.
20 seconds.
It's the manager's fault.
Last year, no, they fade down the stretch because he sucks down the stretch, and that team is going to suck down the stretch because they can't keep up with the Padres or the Dodgers.
We will see.
They're in front of the Dodgers
and the Padres. Excuse me. That means we are done.
Yes, we lead the league in strikeouts. That's all I want to say.
And you know what we lead the league in? Going over our time.
Cutting black guys off.
It's about to come down.
Bifocals in the local radio industry.
Everybody, on behalf of the oppressed black man, the oppressed Puerto Rican, the
Colombian,
the oppressed balding fat man.
Yeah, well, hold on. Thanks.
You're not balding.
El Gordo over here. Tube socks that are from 1970. And
I'm not oppressed.
All right, thank you. Yeah, we're good. Everybody, we appreciate you joining us on Saturday afternoon. I hope you enjoyed the entire show. We will be back. Get tanked on Monday. Ice to Shorts winter / summer sports.
Yeah, we'll have a show next week for
on
sure.
Tuesday.
Yes.
Good. And then back recording Thursday. Everybody, we appreciate you. On behalf of Bud Light Green Legion Radio here on Fox Sports The Gambler Philadelphia, brought to you by our good friends at MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry. We will see you next week.
The screen door slams, Mary's dress waves. Like a vision, she dances across the porch as the radio plays. Roy Orbison singing for the lonely. Hey, that's me and I want you only. Don't turn me home again, I just can't face myself alone again. Don't run back inside, darling, you know just what I'm here for. So you're scared and you're thinking that maybe we ain't that young anymore. Show a little faith, there's magic in the night. You ain't a beauty, but hey, you're alright. Oh, and that's alright with me. You can hide with your covers and study your pain. When you cross the lovers, the roses and around. Waste your summer praying in vain for a savior to rise from these streets. Well, now I know the road that's understood, or the picture hanging off a girl is beneath this dirty hood. With a chance to make it good somehow. Hey, what else can we do now except roll down the window and let the wind blow back your hair? Well, the night's busted open, these two lanes will take us anywhere. We got one last chance to make it real, to trade in these wings on some wheels, climbing back hills, breathing down all the tracks. Oh, come take my hand, right now tonight to case the promised land. Oh, Thunder Road, oh, Thunder Road, oh, Thunder Road. Lying out there like a killer in the sun. Yeah, I know it's late, we can't make it alright. Oh, Thunder Road, sit tight, take hold, Thunder Road. Well, I got this guitar and I learned how to make it talk. And my car's out back if you're ready to take that long walk. From the front porch to my front seat, the door's open but the ride ain't free. And I know you're lonely for words that I ain't spoken. Tonight won't be great, oh, one of us is only born. Got the blue ghosts in the eyes of all the boys who sent away. They haunt this dusty beach road and the skeleton frames of burned out Calvaries. They scream your name at night in the street. Your graduation gown lies in rags at their feet. They're the lonely cool before dawn. You hear the engines roaring on. When you get to the porch, they're gone on the way. It's time. It's a town full of losers. I'm pulling out of here to win.
All right, everybody. We appreciate you being out here once again. We'll see you on Monday.